We open in Orchard Park. New York Giants visiting the Buffalo Bills. Preseason Week 1. Kickoff 1 or Eastern. Forget the stars. This is August, and most of them won't see the field. For New York, Russell Wilson stays in street clothes. Expect Jameis Winston to take the early snaps, rookie Jackson Dart to make his NFL debut, and Tommy DeVito to mop up. On the Buffalo side, MVP Josh Allen is out. Mitch Trubisky gets the start, with Mike White and Shane Buechele splitting the rest. The public leans heavy on Buffalo. Bills 3 are drawing 80% of spread bets and 89% of the money. Giants plus D3 sit with just 20% of tickets. Totals at 36.5, 66% on the over, 34% on the under. Hidden game analysis cuts through the noise. Quarterback depth, clear edge to New York. Adjusted pass efficiency for the Giants' backups project stronger than Buffalo's rotation. Turnover risk tilts against the Bills' reserves, and Abdul Carter's defensive debut raises New York's late-game floor. Special teams? Dead even. Irrelevant when the second half belongs to deeper rosters. You don't win August games with names. You win them with what's left standing at the whistle. And today's AI pick is Giants, plus D3, 115. Will we cash or will we burn? Now we go to Minnesota, where the Vikings take on the Texans. Now we go to Minneapolis. Houston Texans taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Preseason Week 1, 4-0 Eastern at US Bank Stadium. Houston gives C.J. Stroud one series before turning it over to Davis Mills, then rookies Graham Mertz and Keaton Slovis. Minnesota answers with J.J. McCarthy in his long-awaited debut, followed by Sam Howell, Brett Rypien, and Max Brosmer. Public money is leaning toward the road dog. Texans plus 3 have 43% of spread bets, but 73% of the money. Vikings 3 carry 57% of bets and 27% of the money. Total is 37.5, 68% betting the over, 32% on the under, but the money says 55% under. Hidden game metrics tell a different story than the handicapper chalk. Backup passing efficiency favors Houston. Mills is steadier than Howell. And Mertz brings mobility against a Vikings defense that ranked 28th against the pass last year. Turnover differential? Texans' reserve QBs have the lower risk profile. Minnesota's run defense remains elite, but in August, the air decides the game. Special teams hidden yardage tips slightly to Houston from last year's coverage units. And today's AI pick is Texans plus 3, 110. Will we cash or will we burn? Next, Krista takes us west for Cowboys versus Rams.
We move under the lights at SoFi Stadium. Dallas Cowboys taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Preseason Week 1, kickoff at 7 Eastern. No Dak Prescott for Dallas. Instead, Joe Milton III will start, with Will Grier taking the rest. Milton's got arm strength, but his NFL resume is thin. For the Rams, Matthew Stafford sits. Jimmy Garoppolo's unlikely. Stetson Bennett gets the nod, followed by Dresser Wynn. Public money is tilted toward the underdog. Cowboys 1.5 are holding 40% of the bets, but 53% of the money, while Rams plus 2.5 have 60% of tickets and 47% of money. The total's 33.5, heavy action on the over at 71% for both bets and money. Moneyline splits. Cowboys 135 at 41% money, Rams plus 124 with 59% money. The edge comes from depth and sideline discipline. The Rams have a track record of looking organized in August, even with backups. Dallas comes in banged up in the backfield, and without top receivers, their scoring ceiling drops. The Rams' ground game, even with reserves, projects more push against a Cowboys defense missing key starters. In preseason, that organization matters more than star names. And today's AI pick is Rams plus 2.5, 110. Will we cash or will we burn?
We're in Tampa, where the Titans meet the Buccaneers in preseason Week 1. Kickoff at 7:30 Eastern inside Raymond James Stadium. Tennessee rolls in with the number 1 pick, Cam Ward, set to make his NFL debut. The rookie brings mobility, arm strength, and poise, but his offensive line is already in shambles. 5 linemen on the injury list, 2 ruled out. That's a lot to ask in a debut against a Buccaneers defense playing in their own humid August backyard. Tampa Bay turns to Kyle Trask with Baker Mayfield sidelined. Trask isn't flashy, but he knows the system and gets a healthier front line. Behind him, rookie Bucky Irving and Rashad White form a backfield that can exploit a Titans run defense that gave up 37-plus points in 3 of its last 4 games a year ago. Public money is split, but the home dog is getting most of the action. Titans 3 see just 22% of bets, but 51% of money. Buccaneers plus 3.5 have 78% of bets and 49% of money. The total sits at 32.5, with 72% leaning over. The matchup tilts toward Tampa's depth and conditioning, especially once Ward leaves the game. And today's AI pick is Buccaneers plus 3.5, 112. Will we cash or will we burn? Now, we move to Arizona, where the Chiefs take on the Cardinals. The lights inside State Farm Stadium stay bright, but it's August football, where reputations mean less than the depth chart. Tonight, the Kansas City Chiefs roll in off a Super Bowl loss, but still carrying the aura of a 17-3 finish in their last 20. Across the field, the Arizona Cardinals enter off a 2-5 skid to close 2024, but they've been feisty against the number, 8-3 ATS in their last 11, and 5-1 ATS at home. Patrick Mahomes? Expect 1, maybe 2 series before Andy Reid turns it over to Blaine Gabbert and the developmental crew. The Chiefs still have backup depth that's been marinating in this system, wideouts and tight ends who can execute even when the stars sit. The Cardinals counter with Kyler Murray, efficient last year with nearly 3,900 yards and 21 touchdowns, but his receiving core is already dented with Marvin Harrison Jr. questionable and Michael Wilson in concussion protocol. Public money? 67% of the cash is stacked on Kansas City, 2.5, with the total holding around 39.5. That thin Arizona defense, especially in the trenches, has the market expecting the Chiefs' twos to carve out enough drives to control pace. And today's AI pick is Kansas City Chiefs, 2.5. Will we cash or will we burn?
Steelers, Jaguars. Week 1 of the preseason, and the tone tonight matters. Pittsburgh opens a new chapter with Aaron Rodgers at QB1, just not on the field. The 21-year vet isn't expected to take a single snap, leaving Skylar Thompson and rookie Will Howard to run the offense. That's an untested duo for a first preseason look, and building rhythm on the road won't be easy. The Steelers ended 2024 losing 5 of their last 6, their offense sputtering late in games. Now, they step into a humid Jacksonville night against a defense determined to show it's sharper than last season's numbers. The Jaguars are also in a new era. Liam Cohen makes his head coaching debut, and while Trevor Lawrence may only see a series or 2, his presence sets the tone. Behind him, CJ Beathard is a veteran backup who knows how to keep drives alive. Add breakout, W.R. Brian Thomas Jr., fresh off a 1,282-yard, 10-touchdown campaign, plus the burst of Tank Bigsby on the ground, and Jacksonville's second unit looks dangerous. The edge is clear: stronger QB rotation, returning offensive core, and home field. That's the formula for a cover. And today's AI pick is Jaguars, 4.5. Will we cash or will we burn?
Lambeau Field in early August. 2 teams pretending it's just about the reps. The Jets arrive under new head coach Aaron Glenn, freshly rebuilt and desperate for direction. Justin Fields takes the reins, and Glenn has promised his starters will play, but in the shadowy truth of preseason, that means a series or 2, no more. Fields will get some rhythm snaps, then it's the understudies and the scoring gears grind slow. The Packers stand on the opposite sideline, coming off an 11-win season. Jordan Love commands an offense that ranked top 5 in total yards last year, but Matt LaFleur's August strategy is about sharpening edges, not emptying the arsenal. A few opening drives, then the long march of backups, vanilla play calls, and the slow bleed of the clock. The public thinks starters means fireworks. The total's been pushed up from 33 to 38.5. But in reality, the bulk of this game belongs to defenses playing with fresh legs against quarterbacks still decoding playbooks. Glenn's defensive background ensures the Jets won't treat this like a scrimmage, and Green Bay's front can strangle drives before they find the red zone. And today's AI pick is under 38.5. Will we cash or will we burn? We close out Saturday night in Santa Clara, where the Denver Broncos face the San Francisco 49ers in Week 1 of the preseason. Denver is coming off a 10-7 season and their first playoff berth since Peyton Manning's last ride. Bo Nix was solid as a rookie, 3,175 yards, 29 TDs, and just 12 picks, backed by a defense that led the league with 63 sacks. Sean Payton says starters will play, and that's no small edge for August football. Across the field, the 49ers stumbled to 6-11 last year, hurt by injuries to Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, and Deebo Samuel, plus key O-line departures. Brock Purdy returns, but with Ayuk out and Jennings banged up, San Francisco's top targets won't be out there long, if at all. Kyle Shanahan hasn't committed to playing his main offensive starters, and that's telling. The public's heavy on Denver, 75% of bets and nearly 90% of the money, and the market agrees, hanging a rare preseason road favorite at 6. The Broncos have continuity, health, and QB depth, while the Niners are in roster patch mode. And today's AI pick is Denver Broncos, 6. Will we cash or will we burn? Now we go to Lilith for today's recap.
The table is set, the lines are drawn, 8 games, 1 night, and the fire is already lit. The Giants march into Buffalo, and we ride with the Giants +3. The Texans storm the north against Minnesota, and we stand with the Texans +3. Steel bleeds in Jacksonville, but the Jaguar hunts tonight, Jaguars 4.5. The star falls on Hollywood soil, and we back the Horned, Rams +2.5. The Pirate flag rises in Tampa's heat, Buccaneers +3.5. Under the desert sky, the kingdom defends. Chiefs 2.5. Cold air over Lambeau, and the scoreboard sleeps. Under 38.5 in Jets Packers, and in Santa Clara, the mile-high thunder rolls. Broncos 6. 8 calls, 8 battles. The board is set. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Wer nicht wagt, der nicht gewinnt. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.